What I need you to do is round up all of the other student body presidents and all the SGA members you can get, but all of the presidents of the student body. And what you do is to get a place to meet and a time, okay, and give me 2 days. And I'll change my schedule to get there. So you can't help people unless they are able to organize themselves. That's the first thing. You see? If they can't do that, you can't help them. Because you can't do it for them. You can help people, okay, with a problem, but you can't solve their problem. So, she did. Big, tall, basketball player. She rounded them all up. I got there. First thing we did was have class. Teach you how to organize. So one of the first things you want to do is gather information and get some facts. Okay? And we went down to the court hearing, because the thing was in court. And, you know, going back and forth. And the first thing we found out that there was no conflict between the school board and the teachers union. They were walking on strike. They were asking for a raise, and for 3 years in a row they had been promised a raise, and they didn't get it because there were snowstorms in St. Louis, and they were unexpected, and they weren't budgeted. And they had a zero-based budget, so they couldn't have anything carry over. Okay? So they didn't have a problem with giving the teachers money, it's just that they didn't have money. So there was no conflict. We agreed that the teachers need a raise. We just don't have the money. So here the students are out on the streets because the school board doesn't have the money. So, that's the first thing we found out. So in that case, what we had to do is educate the community. So I taught the students how to mobilize and organize a mass meeting. And they went all through the community, passed out leaflets and rounded up everybody. And then what we did was we got this Evelyn Battle, and we got Anita Bonds, the chairman of the school board and the teachers union, on the phone every morning. Because we didn't want them to be caught up in no fight with each other. You know, folks will take your words out of context and have you saying something that you don't even recognize. So we wanted them to stay, okay, on talking terms and saying the same thing. So there was no conflict. You get my point? Yeah. Now, y'all, I'm glad y'all sit down because I'll tell you y'all the rest of the story on that one, okay? Every morning we had a conference call with the ministers and we had prayer. You know who the minister was? He was from Chicago. You know who he was now? Jesse Jackson. They were very proud to talk to him every morning, so I let him talk to him. Okay, he's good at stuff like that. You know, he was going to rescue some people in a minute. Okay? Valerie kid now, I know who I'm calling. Yeah. We had the mass meeting, had them all talking together. Okay? All right? Then we did what? We went and we found the corporate community. There was a group of corporate people in St. Louis. And they had their own little private like Chamber of Commerce, the real wealthy ones, not the regular Chamber of Commerce, but the high chamber. There were 2 high groups in St. Louis. One was high from smoking, and the other was high. Right, that high group. So we called them, and we said, look, the school board doesn't have any problem with the money. They just don't have any. They're going to give it to the teachers. And you know what he said? He was head of Promaloy, a group in, I don't know what they did, Front Investors, or something, Promaloy. You know what he said to me? He said, we don't get into labor management disputes. I said, this is not a labor management dispute. There's no dispute. They all agree that the teacher needs money. He said, no, it's labor management. I said, well, your kids go to school in Clayton, Missouri, over there. And if they were on strike, you'd try to get them back in school, wouldn't you? If they needed some money to finish the teachers and everything, we don't do that. Okay, all right. So, I told him, and sometimes we have to do that, Reverend. I said, I need you to check my record. You know how to check on folks? Like run, the thing on people. That's how I found out I'd been in jail 27 times. I got a policeman to run my record. I couldn't count that many times. Yeah. One of the lieutenants told me that. Okay? How many times I've been in jail? So I said, run my record so you can see that I'm not playing. I smile. I'm a nice, modest man, but I don't play. Don't get confused by that smile. No, I don't play. I really don't. Okay? So, I said, told the students, our next move we're going to make is downtown. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take the barrels down in front of the bank. That's where the money is. And we're going to take up a collection so the teachers can have their money and get back in school so the students can go back to school. We're going downtown where the money is. So just in case if they thought we were joking, our first move, you don't show all your hand when you're playing cards. I learned to play cards in jail with the real folk. No, we didn't go around just having little bridge parties and stuff. We played real cards. That's when I learned to play cards in jail. Okay. Our first move was on the library, downtown public library. We had an all-night study-in. Because our library was closed at school. So what we had to do is say, we need to catch up. So that's why we had to burn the midnight oil. So we had an all-night sit-in. And the newspaper was there, and the cameras were all over the place, and folks were writing stuff down, and guess what? The next morning, not one iota came in the newspaper. Nothing on television. As if they weren't there. That's power. That's power when you can do that. That's called shutting down the freedom of speech. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna know you spoke. You might as well shut up. Yeah. But that was a signal to me that they paid attention to you. Sometimes folks will pay attention to you when they keep their mouths closed. When they don't say anything. That's sometimes when they pay attention. So we knew something was going on. Because they knew we were making our next move, and he'd already checked my record. So you know what happened? I got a phone call, and he was flying over New Jersey in an airplane. You know, this was back in the 80s. Okay? He didn't have all them cell phones and stuff like that, but he had one of them phones that you can fly and talk while you're in the air. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. They didn't call them cell phones then. They used to call them some other kind of phone. But they call them mobile phone. It was moving. And he called and told me, he said, well, we decided we got the problem solved. And there are several corporations that are going to put up the money and give it to the school board. The next day, you know how that thing go around at the bottom on the TV? The news, they call it the round thing. They listed all of the companies that were giving money to pay the teachers. Isn't that something? The strike was over. But you got to know how to strike if you want the strike to be over. See? So,